I'm Gab. He's Jules. We know what the weather is in West London because I was just sent a video, and it's snowing right now.
Yay! It's
Not
snowing
snowing here
here.
because we're in Doha, but Jules, this is big. The semifinals coming up. We have our final four. We're going to get into that. France are still alive. There you go. And they'll be playing Morocco in that semifinal. Of course, the other semifinal, Croatia and Lionel Messi's Argentina. We're going to get into all that. But let's start at the top. England beating France. Now, I have a confession to make.
France beating England, you mean?
Oh, yeah, Freudian there. But in terms of performance on the pitch, as we saw, that might be a bit debatable. It was interesting. You were nervous beforehand.
Yeah.
You told me privately that beneath the whole bravado and French insouciance and whatever, you're like, oh, I think we're going to lose to England.
Yeah.
As is funny because our colleague James Awley, who is extremely tall and therefore extremely wise,
Yeah.
what did he say? He says, nah, mate, England are going out. You know why? Because England haven't won a knockout World Cup knockout game away from Wembley since whatever 19 or maybe even ever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a long, long time.
long,
right?
long time ago.
So that made me think: Is it really going to be like that?
However, I thought England were the better side. I have to be honest here. We were at the game, and from what I saw from England was very good, I have to say. The French took the lead, obviously, early on. I think it was a nervy first 15 minutes from England. But after that, they took control of the game. Between the 15th minute and the 75th minute, they were really on top, and they were really putting France under pressure. And I was struggling in the stand, I won't lie. I was like, Kane scored the penalty straight after the break to make it 1-1. And then at that time, it looked like they were going to go and win it, and only them could go and win it. And we can talk about Southgate a little bit more later, but I thought he didn't really capitalize on that very strong period for the England team because they were on top. We were really struggling, and I think had he made a few changes there, maybe taking Henderson back out earlier instead of leaving him on the pitch until the 79th minute, I think something else could have happened for England. Instead, at some point, the French kind of regained a bit of momentum and scored that second goal, which was an amazing goal. And then you still had another chance with Kane to take that penalty and level the score.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. What struck me about this was Didier Deschamps' reaction because obviously there was the bright start from France. There was the early goal. And I thought to myself, okay, Didier, you've got two options here. You're going to be 1998, if only. You're going to be 2018, Didier, and be like, all right, let's make England chase us. Let's sit, and let's go and release the Mbappe on the wing, and we're done. Maybe we get another one, maybe we don't. But Gareth Southgate's going to be scared of the threat of Mbappe over the top, so England aren't going to put us under as much pressure. And when they do, they're going to find a defensive ball. I thought he was going to do that. The alternative would have been, no, I'm going to be positive. I've got Griezmann in my midfield. I've got ballers. We're going to play higher up the pitch. Instead, I felt like it was like an in-between thing.
Yeah, a bit, yeah.
And England really capitalized on that.
Yeah.
I mean, England looked like the accomplished side out there, and France felt like the smaller team.
Especially in the second half, because I thought the first half was too predictable. Chouameni was on Bellingham, Rabiot was on Henderson. On Rice, you had either Giroud or Griezmann coming and do that kind of work. And then England didn't really create enough. Once Upamecano made that mistake and Kane had that shot that Lloris saved, then the penalty showed that the foul was clearly out of the box. That's why outside of the box. That's why it was not given as a penalty. But apart from that, I thought it was a bit predictable from England and quite comfortable for France. The second half, however, was very different. Early goal from that first Kane penalty, and then it was wave after wave. The Maguire header, the Bellingham volley, the Shaw cross that Theo kind of like put out, and Saka behind him. All of that, I thought France then now have to show some resilience, have to show some mental strength, have to be ruthless in the sense that let's not concede, and then we will have one more chance, and we'll have to make it count, and that's exactly what they did.
Let's talk about actually first the foul that was outside the box. I don't think there's any question it was outside the box. But just to be clear, just to explain to viewers who might be wondering, it was obviously very close. But VAR cannot – there's two elements of this, right? There's the was it a foul and was it inside the box element. VAR decide if it was in the box or not. They can decide this on their own, and it's definitive because that's considered an objective an objective issue.
Yeah.
Once they've decided that it's outside the box, they can't ask the referee to come and look and decide and overrule them whether it was inside or outside. And that's why when people say, oh, did it go to VAR? Did it not go to VAR? Why wasn't it on-field review? Like, VAR is checking everything, right? There's 4 dudes up there, 5 dudes even.
5, yeah.
Right? Pierluigi explained to us.
But do you understand the criticism from the English players and the English media to some extent against the referee? Did you feel the referee had such a bad game?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm trying to think of big decision. Now, obviously, they might have felt it was in the box, but it's not. The referee on the field judges it to be, well, he judges it to be not a foul, actually. But he almost kind of, I thought there was one incident where he almost kind of left it to the VAR, as he certainly did with Theo Hernandez on Mason Mount, right? You know, I don't even know. I mean, I think he could have easily called it on the field, but maybe he chose not to. I don't think there was such an issue with the officiating in this game. I genuinely, you know, I think he did. I think he just complained a lot. I think he did whistle. He let a little too many things go, and I think that could be a criticism of him. Yeah. But then again, when you get the opposite, when you got referees showing too many cards, yes, I'm looking at you, Mateo Lajos, or when you have, you know, every little thing is a foul, you get the opposite, right? He's not letting the game flow, blah, 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 you know. So, I mean, did you think
There was a few calls that I thought, and you could see the frustration from the England players around the referee through the whole game pretty much. Maguire said after the game that in the first 10 minutes, there were 5 or 6 fouls from French players, no yellow cards, that kind of stuff, which I can maybe understand. I think it was a bit of the trend this week to complain about referee. Pep did it with Portugal.
We'll be getting to
Obviously,
that.
Argentina and the Netherlands did it as well. The English a bit last night. What I thought, though, and that kind of is related to the referees, that I thought England let the emotions sort of like kind of overwhelm them. And you look at Bellingham, he's an amazing talent. He was very good, I thought, last night. But every time the ref was giving a foul against him or a foul against England, he was going mad. He was like this. He was shaking his head. And I really felt that the emotion got to them. And I think in a game like that is so tight, when there's really not much between the two teams, and it's a quarterfinal of the World Cup, you can't let the emotions almost overriding you, if you see what I mean. You need to almost cut the emotions out, and then I treat that game as something so ruthless, like, whether it's against you or for you, the fight, it doesn't matter so much. You've moved on already. You forgot. You're in position. If the fight is against you, if the fight is for you, you've already thinking about what you're going to do with the ball. And I thought England didn't deal with that at all.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.